Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. It's a recording this morning just because got a lot of things going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this, go through this one game and get on to my day. We'll be back tomorrow for more WNBA, but it's just one game on the board for today. So recapping last night, just really quickly, I did not have a good night, man. I actually lost on the Sparks. I thought they were the right side, against the visiting Atlanta Dream. And the Sparks just showed me, man, they're going to be a very inconsistent team. This is kind of what I thought we would see on Sunday versus the Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky are in a whole different stratosphere. So even without Brittany Griner, even though it's the first, game on the West Coast, even though it's third game in 4 nights, even though it's fourth game in 6 nights, it didn't matter. The Sparks couldn't get the job done last night. So Sparks was a loser. Also added Phoenix early just because going through some numbers late, the Chicago Sky had actually started the games off pretty slow, and Phoenix with the home crowd, the X factor, thought that they would punch first, knock out the Chicago Sky early. And Ariel Atkins couldn't miss in the first quarter, so that ended up being a loser as well. So we take a step back. Hopefully we can get it back today. When the season's still up about a unit, but yesterday definitely hurt. So we jump into Jackson for today. My thought process, or at least what I wanted to ask Jackson about, was the total between tonight's game. It's only one game on the board. So Jackson tells me that the Indiana Fever have been involved in high-scoring games this season, averaging 88 points per game, while allowing 77.5 points per game. Their offense has been efficient, but Caitlin Clark's absence will likely impact their scoring output. Without Clark, the Fever's offensive rating dropped significantly from 107.5 to 82.2, which could lead to less scoring opportunities. The Washington Mystics average 78.4 points per game and allow 78.8 points per game, making them a more defensively focused team. The recent game has been lower scoring, with the totals of 130, 147, and 140 points in their last 3 outings. Head-to-head matchup. The last 2 meetings between the two teams, they go over the total with the scores of 89 to 84 and 92 to 91. However, Caitlin Clark was featured in both of those games, whose absence could shift the dynamics. So the venue, this game will be played at CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, a larger venue that could significantly influence the shooting efficiency. Additionally, the Fever are adjusting to life without Caitlin Clark, which could slow the pace and reduce scoring. So Jackson likes under. It says, given the Fever's recent reliance on Caitlin Clark for offensive production and the Mystics' defensive tendencies, the under 161 is an appealing play here. Here's why. Clark's absence, Mystics' defensive strength, they're 7th in defensive rating and have kept games lower scoring, even against strong opponents like the Las Vegas Aces and the Phoenix Mercury. And both teams have been in lower scoring games recently, with the Mystics last 3 games averaging just 139 points. So Jackson likes under. You can get an under 161.5, and I'll jump right into and check Jackson out. The link is in the description if you guys are interested in signing up. Definitely can help you with your handicapping process, as it did with this total. So we jump into the matchup, tell you guys what I think about it. And my thought process is, of course, we got to start with the elephant in the room. The biggest news here is Caitlin Clark, who's going to be out for a while now without with that, I think it's a quad injury that she suffered. So yeah, what will this offense look like? On the other side, the Shakira Austin is listed as game time decision. She's been in and out of the lineup, due to concussions and all kind of stuff. Shakira Austin just can't ever seem to stay healthy. So we look at the Fever. They come into the game 2-2 straight up, 3-1 against the number. They won that only road game that was in Atlanta, but of course they had Caitlin Clark for that game. Washington comes into this game 2-3 straight up. They've covered 3 of their 5 games, so they're 3-2 against the spread. They won and covered their only home game, which was against Phoenix, but that was to start the season. This is the first time the Washington Mystics have played at home, and it's not really even a home game because they're playing in Baltimore, not in DC, after a 4-game road trip. The last 3 games were played on the West Coast after playing against the Connecticut Sun, 1 game on the East Coast. So they're also on a 3-game losing streak as well. You look at the matchup last season, not that it really, I like to go back and look at the historical stuff. Not that it really matters as much without Caitlin Clark there, but they played 4 times last season. All 4 of the games went up and over the total. Both teams did win twice, so they split. Indiana coming into the spot has a 1-day rest advantage, no look ahead spot. They got the Connecticut Sun coming up next. I think the Mystics have the Liberty up next, but that game isn't for quite a few days. It might not even be the Liberty. Anyway, getting back into the matchup, we go through and we just look at Caitlin Clark's effect on the game. The Fever are one of the better offensive teams in the NBA, in the WNBA, of course. Caitlin Clark, of course, averages close to 20 points per game, 9 assists per game to go along with 6 boards. She was the front runner for MVP so far throughout the first couple games and coming into the season. So the way I kind of see the game going, I agree with Jackson, especially when you think about the game being played in Baltimore, which is not the regular arena for the Washington Mystics. The Indiana Fever having to adjust with life without Caitlin Clark. I'm only betting the under in this game. Now, I don't know if the full game goes under, but I like the first half under. Under 82 is available on DraftKings right now. That's the way I want to play this one. I haven't locked it in yet, but that's the only way that I'm looking to play. I think, without Caitlin Clark, it's going to take a while to get adjusted. She acclimated to this offense. I think about Aaliyah Boston, her ability to, play the pick and roll. I don't think that, good luck trying to replicate that with Mitchell at the point guard position, or even bringing in Sydney Colston off the bench. I don't think it's going to be that easily to replicate their offense. So I think the offense could struggle the way Caitlin Clark, finds her teammates. I think their offense struggles. Looking at the Washington Mystics, their offense isn't that great either. So I do think that the Fever's defense is going to be a little bit better as well. Matter of fact, when I was looking into it, the Fever without Caitlin Clark on the floor, defensive rating jumps 10 points. So their defense, I'm expecting to be a little bit better as well. And then, of course, the flat spot for the Washington Mystics, first game back home after a 3-game road trip. That's a super flat spot. And you're not even playing in your home arena. So, yeah, I like first half under 82. As far as player props, if we go over, we just kind of look at the team so far. You can see Brittany Sykes is the leader for this Mystics team. Along with Sonia Citron, who has been hooping. She's led the team in scoring back-to-back games. Kiki Irfin, 3-4 back-to-back double-doubles in a row. She's been hooping as well. And then you get Aaliyah Edwards, who played, just 15 minutes in that last game. That was her season debut. She scored just 6 points and had 5 boards. You do expect those numbers to increase. And it's not a lot of player props available in these games. The way I kind of think about it is, I like Aaliyah Boston rebounds. I think that's the biggest thing that stands out to me, just because I do expect her, while her points, I don't think she may not get to 18 and a half because the pick and roll is not going to be as effective with Kelsey Mitchell at the point guard position. I do think that her rebounds are in play. You can see on the season she's averaging where's Aaliyah Boston? She's averaging right at 10.8 rebounds per game. So if we go over really quick to the outlier and we look at Aaliyah Boston just really quickly, let's see. All right, so if we look at Aaliyah Boston, like I said, it's not a lot of player props available, but if we look at Aaliyah Boston, we look at her rebound prop. So a rebound prop is here at 9.5. I think she can get to 10. I do think the defense, plays better. I do think that with both teams playing in Baltimore instead of DC, that's going to help, as far as, more shots being missed. You can see that she's gone up and over her rebound prop. The first game they played was against Chicago. So she's over in 3 of the 4 games so far this season. And she's had 13 and 13 twice, landing right on the number against Atlanta. Atlanta's a bigger team too that has, 2 big centers with Bree Jones and Brittany Griner, of course, who did play in that game, and then she only went under in Atlanta in the second game. So yeah, I think Aaliyah Boston. That's the way I want to play the game. I want to play Aaliyah Boston over her 9.5 boards, and I want to play on the under in the first half. Under 82 would be my recommendations for this game. I haven't bet either yet, but those will probably be the plays that I end up making, probably maybe a half unit on both. So that's my thought process on the game. This should not be green, but it can be green because I will bet the first half under. I just haven't bet it yet, but I like to be transparent. So red plays always plays that I haven't played yet, but these are the ways that I'm looking to play, man. If you're interested in my plays when I do make them, you want them, emailed directly to you, your inbox, just use the link in the sign up. Use the link in the description to sign up. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for more WNBA. Resources are all here that I use to handicap WNBA, Jackson, Outlier, Moneyballer, Odds Jam, all those things. Check them out. And that'll be the show, man. Really quick, only one game. Yeah, hit the like button on the way out, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in as always. We'll be back tomorrow with normal, regularly scheduled programming, man. I'm out.